My name is Sarah Whites-Koditschek. I'm an investigative reporting fellow for Wisconsin Center for Investigative Journalism and Wisconsin Public Radio. The story is about the research of Carl Watrous, scientist who works for the University of Wisconsin and the Department of Natural Resources, and he's been studying mercury levels in northern lakes in Wisconsin for over 30 years. And he's found that climate change is affecting how mercury accumulates in fish. So mercury is a neurotoxin, and it is harmful to the brain and to the kidneys. It's especially damaging for young children, and mothers can transmit mercury to children when they give birth. Utilities that produce the energy that we use emit mercury and discharge mercury into water and emit it into the air. That atmospheric mercury comes down in the rain, and plants absorb it. When water levels in lakes rise, plants that were living along the edge of the lake are now covered in water, and they start to die and decompose. And that is when bacteria that are part of the decomposition process convert the mercury from the rain that was in the plants into a toxic form of mercury called methylmercury. So over time, the concentration of mercury in a fish is much greater than in the water around them because it's accumulating in their bodies. Regulation might reduce the overall amount of mercury that we're putting out, but because of this so-called legacy mercury, the amount that's already out in the environment, and with this effect of climate change around water cycles, the amount that is in fish will be sometimes really low and sometimes really high. Scientists I spoke with at the USGS said that governments don't test for mercury constantly. They test sporadically. And if the levels in fish is going to be, on this roller coaster, it might be harder to keep up with current information for the public about the safety of fish. I don't know that necessarily needs to be frightening, but it's something to be aware of. It speaks to one way that climate change is affecting our environment and our health beyond, increased forest fires or rising water levels or rising temperatures that we don't necessarily always think about, but it has to do with how climate change is affecting the way that toxins exist in our world.